So I wanted to come on here after posting that video the other day. I was feeling extremely overwhelmed and have been for quite some time, but I also haven't made any content in like years and years, and I thought I would share a little bit of my background so that I guess what I'm experiencing, what I'm going through makes a little bit more sense. I was also all over the place in that video. There was just so much going on. But anyway, I usually talk about motherhood and mental health and trying to find like the balance with all of that. It's been like a journey to say the least. I'm still learning every day that goes by. But long story short, I've been with my partner since 2011. He has two older kids. One is going to be 21 and another, she just turned 22, and she is expecting her first baby, which is very exciting. And then my partner and I have 3 kids together. Technically, 2 kids together and one that I had that he is raising as his own. Yes, very controversial, and I'd be more than happy to share that story if anyone is interested in the tea. But basically, from 2019 to 2022, I spent sort of growing and learning and finding myself apart from my husband. So that's a big story in itself. But through those years of being alone with my kids and learning lesson after lesson, I started to develop more like health issues, and not just like physically, but mentally, emotionally, just really trying to like figure things out, figure my shit out. And with this last pregnancy that I had back in 2022, I was done. That pregnancy almost killed me. That whole experience, that whole thing that happened was like the nail in the coffin. And ever since moving back home to be with family, it's sort of been like my body and everything is processing everything that I experienced, me and my kids, everything that we went through during those few years. And I feel like 2022, I just shut down after a while. It was just like I couldn't take any more. I really literally could not take anymore. And then I moved back here at I think it was June of 2023, and have been trying to stabilize my life ever since, and fix things and do better. And it has been, and I have been in a world of difference. It's been amazing and incredible, and I couldn't be more grateful. I feel so lucky. while simultaneously being completely overwhelmed. And so that's kind of like where I'm at. This week was especially hard. It's been an overwhelming week in general just because, the kids have been home on holiday from school. And so it's just been me and them 24/7. And it's just a lot, My husband, he works obviously full time. And so, it's the typical 9 to 5, job. And he's only here very briefly in the morning, and then we have maybe like an hour or two to like all be together in the evening. And it's routine and it's stable and it's good, but it's also sometimes I feel like there's just not enough time to spend time together, whether that's like all of us together doing something, for the family, or just like me and my husband, making time just one-on-one, and lately, especially because of how busy it's been, it's like there is just zero time to do things that we all enjoy, On top of that, I have a doctor's appointment coming up on the 3rd. They're going to be testing me for to see if I have POTS, and specifically hyperPOTS, which I am 100% convinced that is what I have been struggling with for so long now. But we'll see how it goes. I also, my husband recently purchased through his HSA an Aura ring, so I am starting to use that as of yesterday to sort of track more of my health and my habits, so that I can start doing a bit better in any of those categories. But yeah, I really wanted to make it clear that, like, even though I struggle a lot, there's also a lot that I understand is not on me. There's a lot that I had to learn about myself through other people, obviously, as we do. And I wish it didn't take all that it did for me, because it really truly was a lot. Like, it broke me. But simultaneously, if I hadn't have gone through what I went through, I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I wouldn't be as strong, and I wouldn't know myself as well as I, should have back then, and I think the biggest mistake that I made was trusting other people over my own intuition, over my own heart and brain, Everything inside of myself knew that I was okay and we were okay and everything was okay. But because other people said otherwise, I really, because of my own like family issues, I really wanted to prove to them whatever it was, right? I really wanted to be the person that they wanted me to be versus the person I was already happy with and then lost because of that, and I'm just trying to get all of that back. and it's a daily effort, and a daily process, and some days are harder than others, as you witnessed in the previous video. But I think it needs to be talked about more, being a mom, being a parent, especially like a stay-at-home parent, who doesn't have income and who doesn't have a lot of familial support, who does really have to take a lot on by themselves. It's not all easy, it's not clean, it's not organized, it's most of the time chaotic and busy and hard. There are lots of times where you do feel like running away, or you do have regrets. And it's not really like regrets about having kids, it's more so like, I wish that I would have waited to have kids, I wish that I would have gotten myself together a bit before bringing kids into the world. But when you're young and in love, and there's nothing in the world that could, turn you away from those feelings and those ideals and those visions, but man, yeah, I think if I had the opportunity to try again, I would wait. I would really wait. That being said, though, I don't regret having kids, and I don't regret where I'm at now. It just means a lot of extra work on my part. And many days where I question my sanity and, But anyway, I'll probably make a video, storytime video, discussing my age gap relationship and the journey that has been. I'm doing much better today. I've been trying to keep my blood pressure down as much as possible, and if that means sitting in bed and watching a movie and drinking tea, and sometimes just ignoring the screams throughout the house and the fighting and the arguing and the mess and whatever, then you gotta do what you gotta do. Honestly, I'm at the point where I'm not going to allow the mess of the house to get to me. I'm going to let my kids argue it out and figure it out and be brothers and sisters, because there's only so much that I can do where I feel okay too. I can't be on the verge of having a stroke or a heart attack because everything is just getting to me all the time, So, anyway, I'm just putting this out there. If anyone stumbles upon me, oh hi, I'll make another video soon. Okay, have a great day.